Let's talk about the
No.
songwriting process for you, man, because it's different
Sure.
for everybody. I've been so blessed to be able to have chat with, gosh, hundreds of songwriters over the years of doing this. So this is always a fun segment for me. How is it for
Yeah.
you from a writing standpoint? Like, how does it begin? Is it different each time for you?
It's not only different each time, each song is different. I don't have much of a process. I tend to write in spurts. Like I'll just have a 6 month period where I'm just like cranking out whole records and stuff. And then I'll have, 6 months or a year where it's just down to a trickle and you're sort of picking at this now and then. I've always got things in progress. I'm always, on the lookout for the next good idea. And like, I mean, I don't know. I wrote out a couple of stanzas earlier today and put them I've got a folder in my notes that says finish these, fucker. And that's my half finished songs folder.
Does it start
And I'll just,
lyrically then for you most of the time?
anymore maybe, but not always. That does vary as well. Sometimes you're just noodling on the guitar and you accidentally play a cool chord progression and you're like, hey,
Yeah.
what can I do with this? And then, maybe you get a lyric idea, maybe you don't, maybe you write a few things out and then you come back to it in a few days and look at it again and go, okay, this part's working, but this part isn't, and
Mm-hmm.
eventually and then so there's that part of the process where sometimes it's like a labor thing and it sometimes takes years or months or weeks or whatever. There's another kind that just where they just pop out and it's like, I don't know, your subconscious was already working on it or something while you were mowing the lawn or whatever. I don't know how to explain those, but sometimes they're just there. I mean, a couple of examples of that. Ironically, they for some reason those tend to be the title tracks. Squirrels was that way. The song Squirrels, and the song On a Dark Highway was kind of that way too. It's just like 15, 20 minutes, and boom, it's just there. And I didn't really change it much about either one of them after the fact either.
Are
So
you mostly a solo writer as well, or are you co-writing with folks as well?
I've tried co-writing. I'm almost exclusively solo, and I almost would just rather have it be my fault if it's not good or whatever. Because I've just had, especially in Nashville, where it's an industry thing, and you just have people that they're told when they move here, write with everybody, so they'll
Yep.
ask you to write, but it's just like, you'll take a decent idea into one of those cubicles and come out with just crap that didn't do anything for anybody, and I just got tired of it. It's like, I mean, I will write with the right people that have the sort of more of the same attitude I do about music, but I don't have any desire to try to get into that Nashville publishing game
Yeah,
and all the
and that
things they
helps
do,
you again.
Yeah.
Takes you back to the word freedom. It essentially lets you write
Yeah.
whatever you want to write, whatever you're feeling or thinking that day, right?
Yeah, or just whatever. I mean, I think it's so easy. Like it's shooting fish in a barrel, writing the love songs. It's just a
Yeah.
boy girl love song, and you can always get a new round of people that are falling in love that year when you put out that song, especially in the country thing,
Mm.
where it's just this constant barrage of that. And I don't know. I find that to be boring
You have more to
anymore.
say,
I
right?
don't.
I mean, that's essentially
I
what it
have
is.
there's just so many more interesting things that you can write songs about.
Yeah.
It's
Mm.
maybe a little harder to get people's attention, but
And the
yeah, I
world,
kind of
shit, the world is giving you that every day, man. Like, just seek it out.
yeah,
I feel right. Like, that's what I
yeah,
love about your songs, man. They talk about shit that nobody else is talking about. Like, you know, I mean, that's just the
yeah,
way it is, bro. Like, I put your stuff on, and I don't know what I'm gonna get, and that's part of the fun of it, right?
yeah,
That's like Christmas morning. It's
sure,
like unwrapping a present every song. So,
yeah.
man, I love that there's a new record coming out. It is called Squirrels, and the new single for that, the title track from that, is also it's actually just released the other day, right?
Yep, Friday the 18th. Yep, just
Yeah,
hit all the streaming things. Yeah,
killer song. First of all,
thank you.
yeah, absolutely love it. Tell us when the record's going to be, and how is this one different than the last one, which is Wild Bird's Warble?
Yep. Well, the record is out August 15th. On CD and digital, it's 16 tracks. I did a 12 song vinyl version so that we didn't sacrifice any quality. I just chopped the last four tracks off of it. So it ends with track 12 on the LP version. And it's the same basic lineup of people as Wild Birds. Marcus Staller produced it. Bunch of the same musicians. Christian Settlemeyer's back on fiddle, and Marcus, of course, playing a bunch of stuff. Charlie Pate's playing bass on this one instead of Brian Zahn, but that's one of the only personnel changes that happened. And the main difference is this is 16 original songs, whereas Wild Birds, of course, was almost entirely covers except for the one. And so it's one of the reasons I went ahead and put this out now after a 10-year hiatus, and
Yeah.
putting out Wild Birds and it being all covers. It was like it felt like I needed to probably go ahead and put out my own statement,
Yeah.
pretty quick. So I did.
Man, yeah, 10-year hiatus. I love that you pointed that out because one thing I wanted to chat with you about today is obviously this will be your second record since the hiatus ended. You've had
Yeah.
this will be number 7 if I'm correct.
I
And
think that is right. Yeah.
so the question I have for you is, how would a younger you, perhaps the guy that was making records number 1 or 2, how would that guy struggle to make the music that you're making now with records 6 and 7?
Huh. Well, I mean, I don't know exactly. For one thing, I have more of a team assembled now,
Okay.
and I have more of my head screwed on straight that really is what it takes, and that you have to figure out a way to get help, and that you can't just make a great record and stick it out there and hope it catches on because it's probably not going to. You
Right.
know what I mean? You have to get it in front of people, and those people, a lot of those people that are making those decisions about what to add to their stations and their podcast stuff are getting inundated with hundreds of records a week a lot of times, and so,
It's
you
maddening.
know
From that standpoint,
yeah.
it's maddening, yeah.
Yeah, and this goes back to what said earlier when I said if I'd had a little more support as a teenager, I might have done something with this. That's simply what it took. What happened for me is that I did take 10 years off really to raise my daughter because the road was no place to do that,
Sure.
and I was able to do that. She's now a young woman, and I'm sort of okay. Well, I can get back at this a little bit now, So that's what's happened, and I think I've lost my train of thought completely there because that's what happens when you have squirrels. Um,
Well, let me get you
but
back on track. Tell us about how you
yeah,
may have matured over the time that you were raising your daughter from a creative standpoint.
well, my goodness, if you're not growing up with your kids, you're probably doing it wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
it's absolutely changed me on a great many levels as just a human being, and certainly. I don't know. Age also, has some factor, a role to play in some of that. I just turned 54, so
Yeah.
I'm not that far ahead of you, but a little. And, I definitely have felt some mellowing and maturing happen in the last, 5 years or so
Do you
that
feel
sort of
like
got a little
acting
bit
a fool is still really
accelerated.
important too? Like you still have to act a fool, right?
Well, I mean, yes, but it's like it becomes more like embarrassing yourself in public
Right.
lightly versus getting caught in an affair at a Coldplay concert. I don't want to do the
Let's
latter anymore.
go. That
You know
was
what I
awesome.
mean?
Yeah.
I
Oh
just don't.
man.
I don't want to I don't want to ruin lives over my foolish behavior
Right.
anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
Directed right back at yourself, right?
right? Yeah. If I embarrass my kid in a grocery store a little bit, oh well. I mean,
Yeah.
but
I
like,
mean, she's
you
used to
know,
that anyway. I assure you.
probably,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Man, we got
Absolutely.
Jubal Lee Young here on the show today. What a treat to pick the brain of this man. Like I said, he is part of a songwriting dynasty. Is your daughter creative in the music world at all?
No, no, not really. Maybe a little bit of interest more recently, but she's does not crave the spotlight. Really, her passion is horses. She's an equestrian. She does the hunter jumper stuff.
Okay.
and that's her bag. And she's she's sort of taking a gap year after high school and figuring it out, and she's getting no pressure from me in this crazy world. I didn't
Awesome.
start college till I was 23. It would have been pointless to try before that. It was stupid to try then. I should have waited several more years
Yeah.
because I wasn't done being drunk yet. You
Right.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you're still
So
walking around LA, right?
right, right. So I don't know. I just feel like people try to push their kids out in this. Oh, you're 18. Get out. Get a
Mhm.
job. Go to college. And it's like, but it's not the. I mean, God, when I went to MTSU in 1993, it was like I don't 2,500 bucks a semester, including your books. I mean, it's 10 times that now.
At least.
College is
Yeah.
no place to go find yourself
No, not
anymore. You know what I
anymore.
mean? It's just too expensive.
You got to be
So,
serious about
yeah,
that nowadays. I just do
yeah.
want to let people know out there this episode is out on August 16th, which means the brand new record, as we talk, you hear our voice, is actually out. You guys can go get it. So
All right.
it came out yesterday. So we're going to make sure that we put a link in the description so that folks can go directly there and get your record, stream it, all that stuff. Of course, we'll also put
Awesome.
a website link down there too, and we'll talk about that a little more here in
Sure.
a minute.